Alrighty, welcome back. We're on our way to getting the oven prepared for some heat. As you can see, we've got all the plywood cut, and right now I'm just putting on some foil tape. There's a couple little gaps going on in here, and yeah, that's what's going on. So we bought 2 pieces of plywood. In our dollars, it was I think it was $92 for 2 pieces of 1/2-inch plywood. We cut them all to fit the holes that we had, and we've wrapped it in tin foil that you use on your barbecue anyways. So we're thinking that it's going to be better reflecting the heat. So right now what I've done, we had bought some foil tape too, and to make it a little bit cheaper, because we had a bunch of, we've taped this on the top, taped it inside, taped everything so it's nice and tight and right. What we did is we took our tape like this and we cut it in half to double it up. That's what happened. We doubled it up to do that. So what's going on right at the present moment, I got a little bit of gap going on there. I'm just going to put a little foil tape in there to tighten that up. So everything is wrapped, or getting close to being wrapped. I'll show you how I wrap the roof of it in a second. The roof of it means the top of it. Sometimes this stuff is tricky to put on. You cannot. I already tried it once. Peeled the backing off it and it went rolled up and all stuck to each other, so you got to be careful. So you got to put it on as you pull off your backside, just telling you in case you ever have to do it. So this is what's going on. Actually, I apply it just like I apply pinstripe. You pull it along and then you apply it down on where you're going. And if it's tricky stuff, it is. But if I can do it, you can do it. Exact same thing. Trying to get it so it fills the cracks and holes. You can see how that took off there as I pulled that off. Alrighty. So I'm saying it's going to fill that hole there. Just tighten it up a little bit. So we've got it all put together. Going pretty good, I guess. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave some tools right there. I got the top of it right here. I'll show you how we wrapped it. I put a couple handles on it with some sheet metal so Jolene can grab one end and I can grab the other end when it comes time. This is the top. We had to have a handle to get it off. So this is a piece of plywood that we bought. It's a 1/2 inch. And also everything that, what can I say? Everything that we have bought is something that we'll probably use again. You know, this is not going to be the last time. So as I'm spending some money, haven't got $800 into it yet. I know that's what it would probably cost for a new window, and then I wouldn't be sure if I broke it or not. But we're not that close. We're not that far into it yet. But basically, put some foil on it, roll her out. This is fun. I mean, I say Sunday fun day. But for me, this is fun because this is not work. This is an adventure, really. To me, this is an adventure to make something like this and try to make it work. So what we'll do is I'll get this wrapped. We'll get this wrapped. There's something else I want to make to go over top of the heat, because this is where the heat is. I do not want the heat just coming up like that. We can't do that. So what I'll do is I'll wrap this, and then I'll continue to show you what's going on. We'll get what we can to get done to show you, and then we'll go from there. So we just lay our tin foil out like that. We just went to our local hardware store, bought some tin foil. No big deal. No big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. Bought some tin foil. Seems to be pretty reasonable stuff. It's not big money or anything. You have to be careful with it, I guess, because it is. Should have that right on there. Didn't do that so good, did I? Huh? Didn't do that so good. Just wrap it on there, pull this side over. Going to have to use 2 pieces on this. We got lucky on the sides and the length of it, because it did not we didn't have to run 2 lengths of this. On the top, I'm going to have to run 2 lengths. As you can see that we haven't got. I'm going to flop this over and put this length on, and then we'll put the other length on. Basically, just doing this. We're making our own oven. It's actually a something I wished I would have did in high school for a science project, you know. Make a window. Wasn't into it then, I guess. Wasn't into it. But look how much fun I'm having. I'm having so much fun. It's Sunday fun day. And this is not work, mind you. I'm having fun right at the present moment, because I'm going to get to find out if we get a good job done or not. What we'll do is we'll get this bad boy turned on today, and see if we can't get the heat into what we're going, our little oven, get the heat going, and then you can see with us if it's going to, you know, the heat's going to work. We should be fine. I'm wondering if anybody's ever done the trick where you put the dollar bill on your hand or a $100 bill on your hand. I have done it before. Get someone to put a $100 bill on their hand and squeeze it on their hand, hold the $100 bill like that, and turn their hand over, light the fire to it. If it catches on fire, you can have it. If it doesn't catch on fire, or if you turn your hand off the heat before it catches on fire or whatever, that I get it back. And a lot of people will try or think that the $100 bill will catch on fire before it'll catch on fire before they can let the heat off, but it does not catch on fire because there's no air. There's no air. So they actually get burnt. You get a chuckle out of it, and they don't get the money. It's a little trick that we used to play, or I've played a few times. Ask people, you know, you want $100? I'll show you know, if you can hold it there until it catches on fire, I'll give it to you. But generally, that does not happen because you end up getting burnt because there's no air. So basically, that's what's going to happen with the foil in the wood. Nothing's going to catch on fire. I don't know if I explained that right or not. I could show you, but I don't think many people want to try that. I'll get down this end so we hear it. So we've done a little bit of work this morning, wrapping the foil on, and it's going good. Just pull this back, put another length of foil on it. So this is our hood. Let's put that on there. I'm not doing this all the time, so I'm not, you know, I'm not the best at it, but I can get it wrapped and get it done. Come on. You can see that I screwed all the wood in. I just took the plasma cutter, knocked a couple holes in it. I had to add a little plate here to hold this piece because the angle iron held the 1/2 inch here, but it did not hold this side. So I put 3 screws in it all the way around. I screwed every piece in after we put the foil on it. So every piece is screwed in. And on the inside, you can see there's corners that we taped the corners up, so that's nice and tight and right. I wonder, did I use up our tape that we cut for this? Should be over here. Did I use it inside? Is that up there? Okay, so I got this here. Oh, it's inside. So instead of buying 2 rolls of this foil tape, which is, you know, I don't think it was $10 or $20 or something like that, we just cut it in half. We don't need a wide strip going down there. We can take a thin strip and go down through there. It's doing the exact same thing. I think what I want to do, though, is, I think everything's fine. I've got enough to wrap it around. Now I can just tape this on. I need my spectacles. Cut my face here. I'll get done what I can within the amount of time that we have. This is something I can't work fast at, obviously. Come on now. Sometimes that's hard to get off. Just got to stick with it. Stick with it. I got a little vicious there, I did. It's not my favorite thing to do. No, it's not. I'll try the other end, see how much I get better luck on that side. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. The stuff, like I said, you can't take the wrapping off it before this foil takes off in a hurry. It takes off in a hurry. So we're just going to tape it together. Put the stuff on like you're putting on pinstriping. That's how I've been putting it on. It seems to work all right. I took it off and quickly, and it did not work the best. So I'm going to, if this works out all right, I'm going to be in an oven, and plus have a windscreen made, and plus have the experience doing it. So it's a win-win to me all the way around. It's costing me a little bit of money. At $92 for the plywood, $50 for the angle iron. I think we spent, how much we spent at Canadian Tire? $50 at Canadian Tire. So we're at $100 and $200. We're not at the price of a window yet. The flies are getting me. We're not at the price at the window yet, so we're doing good as far as I'm concerned. There's that top piece put together. Flop this over. Put this on. Got a couple rolls of tape. Handles are just made out of a piece of sheet metal, bent with a couple screws in it. Nothing to it. No big rocket science there. So I'm excited to get this put on and see if it holds our heat. That's what I'm excited for. We're going to do two things here. This is what we're going to do in this video, hopefully. I'll get the top covered, get the temperature gauge put in the top. We got the temperature gauge. We took the temperature gauge out of the barbecue itself. We'll just drill a hole in this and put that on. We'll put the cover on it. I also have to make a little plate that goes over top of the heat. We'll do that right in front of your very eyes. We'll put the cover on it. We'll see if we can heat our oven up and see what it goes to. And then while that's trying to get up the temperature, I'm going to try to take out the buck of the window. The window buck has got to come out. I have to deal with a couple things on that window, and I'll show you, obviously. Jolene put some stuff on Facebook earlier with us cutting the wood and doing some of this. It's just too hard to upload to YouTube sometimes, but we're showing you exactly how we done the rest of it. So basically, if you see what's going on here, but if you want to see more, you're more than welcome. Alrighty, so that's our cover. I need to drill a hole in this and put our temperature gauge in. I'm going to start up here, or this side, because I don't want to poke down through there and rip that. I get a drill bit and a drill. This is right out of the barbecue itself. That's the bad boy, right there. I'll get a drill and drill down through and get us a hole. There was nothing to taking that off, really. Nothing to it much. All right, I'm prepared, but I'm not prepared. I'm going to put a drill bit in this bad boy. I should be fine with drilling a hole in a piece of wood, hopefully. It's not my favorite tool is a drill. Yeah, if this works, can't wait to make another one, you know? Can't wait to make another one. In this oven, I'll have full time, you know, if I want to put something in there to, you know, if I want to make something else or try to use it to powder coat something, I'll have it. I have made it. I could add it on to the price of the window. Yes, I could, but whatever. Also, let's go with this. Just drill a hole here. Don't matter. Don't know if I got the right size drill bit or not. This is not the side that it's going on. Hope it's long enough to go down through. Don't know if it's going to catch the. Don't know if it's long enough. It's long enough for that. I think what I'll do is I'm going to take that back off. I don't need to bolt it down in there at all. No, I do not. The hole that I drilled, I think I'm going to take this back off. Glass in here. Another thing too, I'm going to want, with the fans, I was thinking about the fans inside of it. I don't want a fan inside there, I don't think, blowing stuff around or even getting anything on the glass. I really want it to be clean as possible. So nothing happens to the glass, nothing gets on the glass. All right. I'm thinking that this will screw right down on there because it's, I drilled the hole big enough that it would screw it in the wood instead of having the bolt or the wing nut on the end of it. There you go, look at that now, would you? Hickory, dickory, man, sometimes it works out, you know? Instead of, don't want to break it. I don't want to break it. There's our temperature gauge. Here we go. It's poking down through so we can get something. I'm just going to flop that over. I'm going to put a little tape on that, I think. Just a little bit. What's that? Little pieces up there, I'm pointing it to me. That. All right, that's in there. I can't see that hurting anything. If that hangs down a little bit, I can't see that hurting that temperature gauge. Can you? Can't see it hurting that. We'll just leave that instead of me trying to poke at that and trying to get that done. All right, this is the cover. Temperature gauge is, I'll take a look at the other side and see if it's covering the temperature gauge. Nope, temperature gauge is sticking out fine. You can see it at the bottom. Yep, sticking out at the bottom. We've got a handle here and a handle at the other end to pick it off. All right, so now that we have this is where the flame's coming out. We've got all the tinfoil around the inside, taped up the corners, taped around, trying to get all, you know, tight as possible. Tight as possible. Everything, all the corners are screwed, the tinfoil's wrapped everywhere. Kind of talking it over with myself. Now, on the flame part, I don't want the flame coming up on the bottom of the buck of the window. Do not want that. I want the heat to come up the same everywhere. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to lay, I got a piece of this, I don't know, brass or copper, whatever. It was out in the junk pile there. It was bent in half. I bang it in, straightened it out. There was some glue on it. Somebody had glued it on something. Anyways, I scraped the glue off it. So I'm going to use that. I would say that would be a great conductor of heat, I would think. I'm going to lay that on top of the flame. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to use all of that so you can see that it's going to come way out to here and way out to here. So the heat is actually going to come up. Heat's going to reflect off the copper itself and come up, and also the heat should have to come out here to come up on either side. That's what I'm thinking, that the heat's going to have to come out and come up on either length of that. It's not the full length of it. No, it isn't. I still need to put legs. When I pull this off, I need to put legs on this so it'll sit in there to hold, hold the plexiglass. I can't lay it down. It's not going to work that way. It has to sit up right for the glass to lay on top of it and go down over it. So I'm going to have to cut that out, pull it off, and weld legs on it. But first I have to make this covering over top of this. I'm going to get a tape measure. And I'm talking it over with you as I'm doing it, because I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on everything here. Even when we made the box, it's like, make the box. But yeah, if you never made one before, it's a little more to it than just squaring it up, you know. Alrighty, I got this thing here. I've got some square stock. I want my 3-pronger thing so I can use a couple grinders. This grinder here, I need to cut some pieces. This is some square stock. I'm out in the junk pile and got it. I just want to clean it up a little bit before. All right, I'll do this one first. I'm going to clean it up before I put it in there a little bit. I think I want to. I'm not sure why, but I think I do. Alrighty. Cut this one off. Also, I do not know if the heat's going to make that go and flop up and come up and down. I don't want that. So this is quite heavy, so I'm hoping it's going to hold it down in place. Clean this. I'm going to clean this off just for shits and giggles. I don't even know if I need to clean it off, but I don't think it matters much, to be honest with you. Get a zip cut. Let's cut some pieces. I don't think I need to clean that off right now. I don't think. All right. Take this off. That's what I used to clean the glue off that, because I thought the glue might smoke. I do not want any smoke going on in there. I don't want anything going on other than heat. And I'm not sure of a lot of things, to be honest with you. Not sure. I'm sure that I didn't have that plugged in. I got tools being kicked to me. That's okay. I need another one that length. Cut this one in half. I'm going to use this one too. All right. Tape measure. Let's find the center of this first. A piece of, I don't, copper, brass, I guess. 56, 28, 28 and a quarter. Center. How wide is this? 22 and a half. So 11, we'll say 12, we'll go there, one there, 2 feet there. So what I want to do is I want to put one leg there, one leg there. That's 2 feet. What I got here? That works, but not by much. I'm going to drill the hole first, and then I know exactly where it's at. I was wondering how I was going to find it on the other side. Well, I know how I'm going to find it now is I'll drill a hole on this side, and then I can put the lag underneath of it, if you know what I'm saying. The lag, oh, you'll see. I'll just keep cruising here. Keep cruising. Excuse me. Sweetheart. Put a little drill bit in. I'll drill a hole. Come on now. that a little further. Need more cord. I'm going to drill a hole on this side. Come on, stop it. Just went a little inch, I went an inch further, just because it was close. This doesn't have to be right on. This is just to hold it. Alrighty. This is what I'm thinking. I want a leg. I want to put a leg there. Right, I want to put a leg there. That's what I'm doing. So that's going to stand up off. That's going to lay inside there, but it's going to be up off the heat. And the heat's going to have to go around it to come up. That's what I'm thinking. This one's down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a couple self-tappers, and I'll self-tap that on. Change my bit. And that's the legs it's going to have. I'm hoping that the heat's going to be in here. 1, 2, 3. The heat's going to heat this up, obviously. I'm hoping that the legs hold it down, sort of. And then I'm hoping that the heat comes up around to make it, I don't know, heat the box equally. Trying the best I can to make it heat equally. That's what I'm thinking. Put this down here. Hope everything goes good. This is my arch enemy, is the drill. I should talk to it nice. It probably wouldn't be. But you never know. Alrighty, I'm just going to center that. Just put on the end there. I want to see nothing's going to be in the way. Nothing. Just going to center it up a little bit. Put 2 drill bits. 2. Playing good with me today. Playing nice with me today. This one looks good down this end. I'm hoping this distributes the heat better than just letting the heat come up, I guess. Throw that one in the garbage. Oh yeah, there's one. Wow, that's good. There, good. It's good. I snap that one off, just like that. Going too quick. Put another one in it. Won't hurt it. Alrighty. Now we need to hit that with this one. One in that. That's fine with one, I think. The same for this side. There we go. Alrighty. I'm going to place that in there the best I can. Are you able to put the camera down? Help me for a second on one end, because I do not want to. See if I can put it in. I'll try it first, and then if I think I'm going to rip it or have a problem, I'll get Jolene to help me. Yeah, I'll be all right. Go on this side, though. That isn't going to work, is it? Huh? That ain't going to work. Alrighty. Ooh. Just don't want to rip anything, you know. Spent some time putting the foil in there. All right. There's the bottom of our almost, we're about the same distance away. Take a look at it. That's just so the heat comes up around here, heat comes up around there, and continues on down here. There should be a lot of heat going on there. With less space here and more space down there for more heat to go out that way, I guess. 7. Woo! 7. All right. Alrighty, now I'm going to put the cover on. This is the, you know, this is the time I'm going to put the cover on. Just thinking about it for a second. I'm going to put the cover on. We're going to turn it on. I probably should have checked and see if all the burners took off. I can lift that. I can actually do that first and then put the cover on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the propane. I'm going to flick the button. Then I'm going to lift that brass thing up and see if it's going. That's basically what I'm going to do. I should be able to see from the bottom, maybe. I see 3 flames right there. I do. I can see it. 1, 2, 3. I can look at it too, though. You want to see it? We got 3 flames going. Ooh, that's nice and hot. Nice and hot. Hoping that's, yeah, it should be right. Nothing changed. I can feel the heat. Now I'm going to take the cover and put it on. You want to grab that handle down there if you can. Now, when it comes time, I'm already warm already. When it comes time, we'll probably seal this off on the top. I don't want to seal it off right now because I don't want to rip anything, but I probably should. And the temperature gauge, we do not know yet if it's going to work because it's all the way, we'll see. Let's see. Should we think? Should put some tape on that, or I'm just going to leave that for now. I'm just going to leave it for now, see what happens, see if the temperature comes up at all. I'm going to just check on it for a second. That's going to be a bad thing. It's going. See, that brass is falling down in the center. Come take a look. I knew maybe that might warp. Some heat coming to that, that's for sure. Can you feel it? Heat? Wow. The brass is falling down there in the center. I might have to put one on the edge, but we'll see what happens. Hot dogs and hamburgers. Whew, got me sweating. All right, while that's going, the window on this, it's got some spots on it. I have to lift that back up again. Anyways, it's got the spots on where I welded it. I do not want that because what's going on here now? I gotta take a look. Nope, everything's fine. She's just smoking, that's all. Everything's fine. That's one thing I don't want is the smoke. I don't want that smoke going inside there on top of the glass. I do not want that. And I got to leave that cover down to know if it's working or not. I got to know. There's something maybe burning off in there. Can't tell. I'm going to have to let it rock and roll and see what happens. That's what I'm going to have to do. And I would tape this off all around the edge there to keep that heat in. There's no heat being lost there. Must be smoke just from the barbecue and the hamburgers and hot dogs we've had before. Just kind of watching it. The wood's not warm yet. See what's going on. We've got smoke rolling out of her though. All right, so back to this thing. Don't worry about that. I've got spots of weld going on there. We're going to lay a cotton sheet over this. I'm going to tape a cotton sheet on this buck so the plexiglass does not form to any of its imperfections or scratches or whatever. But that's lifted up there a little bit. I can feel it. So I want to bust them off. I took a little flapper wheel there and then tried it. Don't know if I want to do that or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 80 grit on my 8-inch orbital and see if I can knock them off. I just want it to be as a nicest piece of glass as I can get. That thing is smoking like a freight train, isn't it? Smoking like a freight train. Just wondering what's going on. I want to take a look. I don't want to have a fire in here, you know that. Nope. It's hot. It burnt my eyes. It's warm. It's warm down there. I can feel the heat on the back side there. Pretty cool over there though. It's not real hot. No heat over there. Little bit of heat here. We might have to do a little bit more figuring on the back side. I don't know. Who knows? Temperature gauge hasn't taken off anywhere yet. Alrighty. Let's put this on. What I want to do is I want to try to knock them off. I'm going to try to knock them off with the lightest grit as possible. Probably still got a little bit of grease in there. What's going on? It looks like a little bit of fire going on in there. Not sure what's going on. Too much heat going on there. Yeah, I've got stuff burning underneath of it. Got to be careful. Can you see it down bottom? Can you see the heat? See the fire down here? What's it burning? It's just burning stuff on the tray underneath that was been in there a long time. And that has to be done. We have to burn that off, make sure it's just old grease firing. That's all, just old grease. It's all right. Just burn the grease off down the old pan underneath. That's all it's doing. This piece of wood here feels warm. Feels warm. Shouldn't affect it any with the foil on it. Shouldn't. I'm hoping not. We'll feel a little bit of heat in there. Alrighty, this is what I'm going to do. We can wheel it out the door if we have to. But that stuff has to be burned off before we go any further. It's warm, isn't it? You feel it? Feel the heat? See what happens. Is it warm on that end yet? Yeah, feel a little bit of heat. The back is more, way more. A little bit of heat on this side. Not bad. Not bad. A little bit of heat on this side. It's coming. Just have to burn off the old excess stuff. You know, you light the old barbecue up for the first time. You know what happens. So I'm going to take and knock these off, the little spots. You can feel them. I don't want to see them in the glass. If I see them in the glass, it'll probably, to me, it'll ruin the piece of glass. To me. So I just want to knock them off. It's an 80 grit on the orbital. I'm going to try to knock them off before I knock that. What? Yep. Burning like a son of a gun. You want to look at it? Let's look down there. It's getting warm on the top. Starting to. Oh, is it? Think it's out? Maybe it is. Maybe it ran out of. Nope. We got heat. She's still going. Just the stuff underneath was on fire, that's all. No, you still got heat. Pretty sure. I can feel it. Still feel heat. Wish I can still see it. Still going. That knocked it off nice. I can't feel that anymore. So I'm just going to go around that, knock them little tits off. That thing's got me sweating. Wow, it's warm. It's getting warm. Getting warm. Just trying to knock off the marks. Just don't want to see the divots in the glass. I think you can understand that. Getting warm now. Getting warm now. I have a bench over there. I'm going to grab the bench. See, I don't know if our temperature gauge is going to work. Don't know that or not, but it's getting warm in there. It's getting warm. Smoke has stopped. That's a good thing. And fire's still going. That's another good thing. I think we're going forward. If not, we'll smoke some pepperoni. Haha. Don't want to feel any of them marks. That's all I don't want to feel. Feels good. Feels good. What I'm thinking is, the window can only come out as good as the mold. That's all. You know, the mold is the deal. If it can only come out that good. Man, I'm sweating. You feel the heat in here, do you? It's warm now. It's warm. I like it. It's warm all over. Wow. Beautiful. It's a lot warmer on the back. A lot warmer on the back than it is on the ends, but it's still warm. Wow, this is nice and beautiful. 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 Whew, got me hot. I'll come this side. So once I get this, sanded off, get the little marks out of it, I'll cut it out. I'll just knock off the welds, just knock off the spot welds, cut it out. We'll have to weld a couple legs on this end and the other end so it sits flat, so I can lay the glass on top of it, and then we'll lay it in there and get the old heat box going. Let's move this thing. Beautiful. 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 Not much smoke coming off it now, is there? Just want them marks out of it. What I want. Let's go back over to this. I got them scuffed off. I'm happy with that now. It's warm. Lots of heat going on there. Lots of heat going. Some more heat. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I'm just kind of wondering, is it too hot? Amp, is this going to work? What's that? The one we have? Yeah, that probably, I could screw that out. And then we had bought it. This is what we bought. We bought one of these things. We don't know. I guess that'd probably work best, wouldn't it? It might tell us better. All right. That's actually hot. Too much heat in the back, or not too much, just it's hot. You know, hot to touch. It's warm down this end, warm all the way around. I will say that this is hot, and the back side is hotter than the ends. But it's all warm. Yeah, I don't like how that's going. It's not moving at all. Now, how am I going to get that out? We'll just shove that. We got a thermometer here. Don't know if that thermometer will work or not, but that's what we bought it for. That one's not moving a bit. Messed up. Won't let any heat out either, do we, sweetheart? Do I have to turn this bad boy on? Hey, turn. Oh. Oh. Oh, there you go. I have no idea what's going on with that. That's mega hot in the back. Mega. Not mega, but it's warm all the way around. Can't say no more than that. That's hot, hot, hot. Beautiful. How am I going to... It says air. Does that mean too much?
It might be, it has to be on skin, like in your armpit.
So it's not good, probably? Well, it's like airs. All right. Anyways, keep her going or shove this back in it. Shove this back in, I guess. See if that works. The handle fell off for some reason. Did it melt the handle? What? I think it melted the handle. Yeah, it did too. Oh, that's hot. That thing is holding the heat down too much. All right, we're going to turn that off. We just melted the handles on that bad boy because the heat's coming out. All right, I shut that off. We just melted the handles out front. She's hot. Take this off. All righty, let's check this out. I think maybe we'll put something down in front of that. That feels like a nice temperature though. Wow, doesn't it? Don't it feel good to you? Huh? It does. Feels good, don't it? We got that too hot, obviously. Melted all of them. Look. Alrighty. We got too much heat. I guess what happened is that piece I put over top has made the heat go out towards the box. So maybe we'll have to put something so it closes it off there, and the heat will have to come out the other, you know what I mean? Something, come take a look. We have a lot of heat. It actually melted the handles on this bad boy. They're melted them. You can see them melted. It melted the handles right off them, they did. And they were on full, were they not? Just like that. Yeah. It melted the handles, all three of them, melted them. So we know that the piece that I put on top of the flame made the heat go out. Like I said, the back was really hot. It is really hot. And the front was really hot. This little gauge did not work at all. But when I open it up, there's nice heat. That's nice heat in there, I think, isn't it? I think the glass would really do nice in that, but on the front side and the back side. Still got some figuring to do on that to stop the heat from when the heat's coming up. It's shooting out here and it's getting hot back and hot. Those back hot and the front hot. So I'm going to have to put a shield on that. I think put a shield on the piece that we have in there and shield it so it has to go out further. I don't know. See what happens. So that was kind of a learning process right there. Our back and our front is getting too hot. It's making me sweat. It's hot there. But right now I'm playing with this. We'll think about that as we're playing with this. I've got, what have I got? I got the window sitting here. I got it tacked on all these little places inside. So I'm going to have to undo that. And I'm going to get a little tiny grinder and knock them off. Not a little grinder, but what I'll do then, I'll get a light and shove it in there. So we'll have to really let that cool off and then take that piece out. I'm thinking about the oven there. That's what I'm thinking about. We'll continue on with this and then we'll pull the cover off and then we'll see what's going on. I think that's going to be hard to regulate the heat in that, you know, don't you think? Oh, you can see that, ouch, whoa, that is hot. That almost is, I would say that's almost got that on fire right there. You can see the tape turning color. Even though that's on there, it's almost, I would say, on fire right there. You see that right there where the tape is getting hot? Almost. That's what I'm thinking. So it has to be, I have to make something on that shield that's in there, make it so the heat can't come out there and burn that back. And that's going to have to be done when the heat's dissipated. Can't stop messing with it, can I? I'm going to take the top off. You want to grab that in, sweetheart, if you can? You watch the heat come out. Or it should come out. Alrighty, I'm going to turn this. That foil's hot. foil is very hot. That'll work. Yeah, it's not too bad. Right there on the back side and this side, right there where the heat's coming, it must be shooting the heat right to there where it's holding it back. You can see that's how that's sunk down in there. There's more heat on the back than there is the front. It's got that sunk down in there. So what happens is that shoved down there, making that heat go over there, eh? Tell ya. Just going to have to keep playing with it. I'll knock this off. Just thinking with my brain. Glasses. Basically, I'll knock this off. Then we'll try to make some legs for it. And then I got to, go back on that and try to figure that out a little bit to get the best results. Longer blade on this bad boy. Try this. Nope, I need the three-pronger. It's hard for me to go to the window when I'm trying to think about that, but we'll keep going. Knock this out, and then we'll get to go back to that. Then we'll get to go back. Nothing in there. Myself in a little bit of a tacked it in that good, but I might have. It's nice to see it stay in shape. Where it's staying in shape, I'm gonna try to rock a couple pieces there. I gotta take it. I just want to chisel that off, I guess. It's going back in place. That's good. That's good. That's good. Just give it a little shot with a hammer and a flat screwdriver or chisel would probably be best. Bop, 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 bop. Little flex there, that's fine. That's fine. Too much heat right there. That's our culprit right there, eh? See that? That's our culprit. Hey, there we go. Didn't want to bend it because this is our template. Did not want to bend it. It's our template. There should be. There's our window. Now, what has to happen with this is I'm going to have to come in here, weld a lag on this, like on that square stock, so it can go in there and lay like so, lay flat like that. And that's what I'm going to do. I need 2 legs. Feel that? It's fine. Feels good. Just feeling it over, see how it feels. So basically, I'll lay this down on here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll have to do this and make 2 legs on it, which shouldn't be too hard. And we'll go from there. What time we at? Alrighty. I'm going to take some cut pieces of square stock and weld a lag on that. Well, two legs, one like this, and one on that end like that and that. So this sits up flat. I'm going to wait till this thing cools down. I'm going to pull that piece of copper brass out of there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, it's cooling down now. I'm going to make something so the heat cannot, I'm going to rivet something to the side of this thing, or rivet a piece of metal or something to go in there so the heat cannot all concentrate right here. And it'll have to go out somewhere else. I'm kind of wondering if that made my problem. You know what I mean? Maybe if I put the things on, the covers over top of the flame. That's what I'm going to have to figure out. Let's give away a hat or a shirt. You can see how I buff them off to make the windshield lay as flat as possible. We're going to lay a bed sheet over top of this, and then we'll tape it to the other side, or whatever we're going to do, we'll tape it to the other side so the glass does not take any scratches off. This is where I put scratches in it. We got to cut the plexiglass yet to fit this. I'm very happy with this part. This came out really nice. Very happy with this. Not happy with the heat distribution on this. Not happy with the heat distribution on this. Gonna have to change that up somehow. Gonna have to change that up somehow, and I guess it's just a matter of maybe making a shield on this side, right there on this side of this, right here. Make the shield come up here or something. I don't know, but everything's warm. It's just there was more heat on the back side than there was anything. This might have been the cause of it. Maybe I can shove this all the way over. All right, let's give away a hat or shirt. This is something I'm going to have to figure out. I still got to take the plexiglass and lay on my template and cut it out with a jigsaw. I'll cut it out with a jigsaw. I'll use air and the jigsaw. The air will keep this cool because this stuff will melt back together as you cut it. So I'll take the air and the jigsaw. We'll probably show you actually. All right, let's give away a hat or shirt now. I got to figure out how to make that heat distribute in that thing better. There's heat in there. It was all going towards the back. It was all going towards the back, and I can't have that. Maybe I'll have to make a cover for its. I'll have to make a cover for it. That was just an idea, and that idea with putting that copper on top of there, brass or whatever on top there, did not do what I wanted to do. Did not. So I'm going to have to come up with another little idea to try to make it. 593 comments. Got to thank everybody. This is kind of intriguing. I know we could run this all day long. We could run the video on this all day long, but we have to have time to load it and post it and all that stuff. But Brew, great videos, you guys. Keep them coming. Thanks for everything, Brew. Well, Brew, thank you for watching. I'm kind of confused right at the moment. I'm happy with the buck of the window coming out. That came out really nice. Very happy with that. The oven with the barbecue, it's getting hot in there. Believe me, I had the sweat rolling off me. But the heat's going up the back, so I have to stop that. I have to stop the heat from going up the back and circulating more through all the way around. And that's something we'll come to next. But Brew, you've won a hat or a shirt of your choice. And once that cools down, I'm going to get right back at it because it's Sunday. It's Sunday Fun Day, and I'm going to go back at it and try to figure it out. Try to figure it out so I can get that heat dispersed better. That's about it. But you come back, and we'll have something going on tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, we can heat up a piece of glass. Maybe tomorrow we can heat up a piece of glass and go for it. But you can really tell as you look inside this thing where the heat's going. The heat's going right here. And obviously that's where the heat is. Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a good one. I'm just thinking, that's all. Sometimes when I think, I just get quiet.